Well, come on in. Let me tell you something. I'm just going to talk straight up. I am going all the way, as you can see. The myth for 2025, baby. We are leaving. We are breaking down the doors. We are shattering the glass ceiling. Your girl is coming through on 2025. Thank you, but I'm ready to go. Listen, we're going to talk a little bit about the myth menopause. I think, I've done a few talks on it, and one of them was really trying to get the attention of the men. And it says, men, oh, pause, right? I need for them to hear this. So if you haven't seen that video, you want to go back and take a quick listen. It's short and to the point, but we're just talking a little bit about menopause and how it affects us. Our relationships, our personal relationships, our professional business relationships, friendships, marriage, you name it, it affects everybody. And why am I talking about it now? Well, a lady of a certain age, we start to go through it. And I just thought that it would be great that if I just have a few things that I could talk about when it comes to menopause. Now, it may not be, sometimes we say it may not be the sexy stuff people want to listen to, but I know a few of you will listen and you might have gone through it and you have had your experience, or you're just thinking about how do you begin that conversation. And I really feel, because my last the video before this, and I should just tag it below, where I was chatting a little bit more about men. I want them to hear this. They are stubborn, but we have to educate ourselves so we can educate them, or maybe if we have to do it together, so that they know that some of the, as we would say, some of the signs and symptoms that we go through is much deeper than just being cranky. It's more than just being, oh my goodness, I need the air conditioner to turn it up. Oh, I don't feel like going anywhere. I don't want to do anything. Wah, wah, wah. That's how it actually feels going through it. And so when we talk about menopause, even if you're younger, some people think it's, oh, in your late 40s, 50s, 60s, but sometimes to the possibility it could probably start at around maybe 35, 37. Because I actually met someone who said she went into menopause around the age of 35. And so it is possible that it could start a little bit earlier than usual. And so I think once we start to educate ourselves on it, I have been, I've been reading some articles, and I'm going to just do a little bit more research. So when I come, I'll, maybe have a little peer reviewed information. Nothing that I want to just bombard people with, but just enough for us to kind of, educate ourselves a little bit deeper about what is this menopause? When does it start? And why are we hearing perimenopause? Why are we hearing menopause and postmenopause? And it's the whole process that we go through with this, and how it starts. The hot flashes, yes, the lack of sleep, and the brain fog. Oh my goodness, I've been through that. The brain fog. Oh my goodness, yeah. I've even had it happen a couple of times here. But then when I started to go deeper into understanding menopause itself, and even for those of us who are in the medical field, we'll chat a little bit about it, but we really don't go that far, and we understand how you can also be thrown into menopause, like they say, medical menopause, based upon the different types of surgery that you may have with the removal of the ovaries. And I had a friend who told me just right after her surgery, it threw her, she said within a day or two, she felt it. Pretty much, she said, like the next day. that her body just started to change. And so, yes, it's going to be worth it that we take some time to find out a little bit more about our bodies, how it's changing. One of the things that I'm looking to do is to, with the weight gains, you get that little weight around the little tubby. We call it a tube, whatever the fupa, is that what it's called? But yeah, we all, we just see the changes in our bodies, and having that change, it's so different, physical change, and yet the mental change. I spoke a little bit about the brain fog and how that affects us and our energy, our sleep pattern, our diet, everything that we do, it's really off. And one of the things that I look at it, it is a time of change when our bodies truly start to change. And sometimes too, your mind is trying to catch up with it because you're saying, oh my goodness, I am in menopause, but nothing I do seems to move. The scale isn't moving. And so sometimes too, you may feel, well, if the scale isn't moving, well, what's happening? What is going on? So that's why I'm saying it's best just to really do some research and find out a little bit more along with your provider. And I also believe that it's good to read these articles, some of the books, find out some of these experts, as they would say. Then there are quite a few of them who've been studying this, they've been speaking on it. And I think in future videos, I'll start to mention a few some of the information that I chose to read. And now so I can be an informed, right? An informed patient or consumer, whichever way. But yes, when the menopause comes in, you'll see things that will start to change. The decrease in estrogen. You may even see the cholesterol will peak a little bit. And so then you're going to have to make decisions around your diet, how you eat, understand the different types of foods that we need, whether it's our protein or our fiber, our carbs, all of those things that we need, how we're going to eat that properly. And so, because the body will be changing, we have to be mindful of the types of foods that we are going to eat. Also, about moving our bodies when it comes to uh, the what did I say? Well, we spoke about cortisol a little bit. With the stress, you want to make sure that you are getting sleep, and so that's one of the things, especially during the winter months. I will be more mindful of my sleep cycle because I definitely want to make sure that I'm taking care of me and make certain that I am going to sleep at least 4 to 5 nights out of the week. I want to be in bed by a certain time. And so I started to make arrangements for that. So, yeah, just to give you guys a heads up, we're going to talk a little bit more about menopause, how it affects us, how it affects our relationships, how it affects us emotionally and physically. Definitely, I'm telling you, the mental side of it. And some of the research that I've been checking out, how it affects our brains. Oh my God, when there's a change in the cortisol level, and it's in the estrogen level, and it's not just estrogen, guys, a few other things. All right. And so, and there are some hormonal changes, and definitely I'm going to pay more attention to it and bring you more information. So I wanted to keep this short and to the point. I'll just make sure that there's a playlist for this that you can just go over there and take a listen. But we are kicking this to the side. We are going to say we're leaving this year, going into the new year, and making sure that we are well informed, we are educated on this topic when it comes to menopause And not just the hot flashes, it's more than hot flashes, it's more than the brain fog. There's just so many other things that's going on with our bodies, and we need to be fully aware of that. And also, the people that we love, they need to kind of understand, that, hey, we're not just miserable, as they would say, or just so like, oh my goodness, what's wrong with her? And sometimes too, people themselves will wonder, like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I think and move and say things as fast as I could? It's because there are changes in the body. And so we are going to have to make a decision, a choice to show up powerfully so we can take care of ourselves. All right, everybody, I told you it was short and sweet to the point, just to give you an update. So we are going to continue. We're going to delve in a little bit more. And yeah, we're going to talk about menopause because guess what? We need to have that conversation. All right, everybody, until next time, talk to you soon. Take care now. Bye.